Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Shosh Mitzman, and I'm speaking to you from Israel. I want to say hello to all of you from New Orleans that are joining me in this amazing opportunity to hear all about MAKOM communities. Now, as we start, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Chicago, as you can hear in my accent, and I live in the Golan Heights in Israel for, I'd say, about 2/3 of my life, so I'm pretty much Israeli. And I work for an amazing organization called MAKOM Communities. Now, MAKOM Communities is a nonprofit organization that serves as a network of over 200 communities in Israel. As you can see here in this map, it's divided up into clusters. We have so many communities throughout Israel that operates through this nonprofit organization. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what is so special about these communities. Now, if we think back to the history of Israel's establishment, when Israel was established, we needed to form a country. We needed to build a country. And the focus was roads and buildings and towns and hospitals and schools and everything that people needed in order to live. And fast forwarding until about 15 years ago, people were realizing that in the north and in the south of Israel, everywhere but I'd say Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, there's a serious problem. These places are not as developed. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done so that these places become developed. And this is where our MAKOM communities come into the picture, because these are groups of people, and I'm going to tell you obviously a little bit more about them as we go along, but these are groups of people that have chosen to live outside of their comfort zone, understanding that if we want to make Israel strong and great and beautiful the way we envision Israel through its people, it's our job, it's our duty to move to these places that really have been neglected and make sure that they become developed with education, quality education, with all the social needs, taking care of the people living there, promoting arts and culture, and of course, creating employment opportunities. And this is what is so special about these MAKOM communities. The people that live in these 200 plus communities are people that devote their lives, whether during the day, their work job, volunteering afterwards, or basically their lifetime commitment is caring for others and making sure that other people, the surrounding people around them, are being taken care of. So I know that today you're visiting the north, and you can see on this map, we have Haifa right here to the west, and we have Tiberias here to the east. I actually live here in the Golan Heights, right above the Sea of Galilee, if you can see my cursor on the screen. That's where I'm speaking to you from right now. And we have KIRYAT SHMONA up north, right near Lebanon, and we have Tzfat and Carmiel, and this is AKKO and Nahariya. I marked the places on the map that we have MAKOM communities, and we're going to dive into them a little bit as this conversation develops. So this is just so that you get a clearer picture of where you're visiting today and what we have in terms of people and communities and the amazing work that they do in these places. So these are pictures from northern Israel. Welcome. Beautiful, beautiful place. That's, I'd say, part of the reason why I live up here in the north. And I want to share with you, I'm going to start with AKKO, which is a little bit north of Haifa, and tell you a little bit about the city. The city of AKKO is known to be a mixed city. There are Jews and there are Arab Muslims and there are Arab Christians that live in AKKO. And if you've been to the old city, which I'm sure you're going to be touring, and you're going to be seeing the beautiful old city of AKKO, we're going to talk about the people that live in AKKO. So we see here groups of people. They didn't grow up in AKKO, but they chose to live their adult life in AKKO. And you can see here these people sitting in the chairs in the middle. This is a group of dialogue. These are people that moved to AKKO about 13 years ago and decided this is one of the places that we really need to focus on. We need to make sure that the youth living in this place are continue to develop and grow up to be responsible adults. And we have many responsibilities, and we need to make sure that it happens. You see here also on the bottom left, there are some women there with their head covered, meaning that they're Orthodox. And this is also another one of the MAKOM communities that live in AKKO. And we have two of these communities. They work alone and together and for the greater good of the people living in AKKO. So there are all kinds of youth programs. And there are programs with the elderly, making sure that they're taken care of and they're not left behind. There's a great student life, since Haifa is only about 20 to 30 minutes away. They're trying to encourage young people to move to AKKO and live in AKKO, and so they've created a great student life there. And I'm going to move further north to the amazing MAKOM community that we have in KIRYAT SHMONA. Now, KIRYAT SHMONA, if you remember from the map, is right on the border with Lebanon. And during the 80s, mostly the 80s, they suffered terribly from Katyusha rockets coming from Lebanon. And it was a place that people really did not want to live in. People that lived there had no choice. They stayed. But most of the people, as soon as the younger ones, they grew up, they left. That's what young people did that grew up in KIRYAT SHMONA. And our MAKOM community started about 7 years ago, and they said, we want to turn KIRYAT SHMONA and turn it into a great place. That's our job. And young families, it started with 3 young couples that chose to live in KIRYAT SHMONA. They invited their friends to come. They started a small community with just 6 families, and now, fast forwarding 7 years later, they have over 100 families. And I just heard from one of their Facebook posts that 2 new families moved in this past week. They are growing. It's a young community, vibrant. They have lots of kids, all kinds of kids programs. They have all kinds of volunteer programs. They've really turned KIRYAT SHMONA into this young city that people just want to live in and want to be part of because of the great community life that they have to offer there. Just to give another example of different types of communities we have, here's a picture of an urban kibbutz. It's not necessarily in the north, but the idea of people that want to live together in more of a kibbutz setting, but in the city, meaning that they either live all in the same building or they live on the same block, and they share a communal lifestyle. They work their day jobs, their finances go into one bank account and distributed between all the members. This is another style of community. But these people don't only take care of themselves, they make sure that the people in the surrounding area are just as taken care of. So just a few more examples of these different types of communities. We have educators here in the dark blue shirts, and we have some modern Orthodox on the right, that they really try to embrace Torah and the Jewish traditions in all different kinds of communities. We also have Ethiopian communities, and we have Druze communities. There are a number of Druze communities in the north, which you will be traveling through. I'm not sure if you're going to be hearing specifically about the Druze people, but they aren't Jewish. The Druze, they are a minority within Israel. There are about 180,000 Druze people living in northern Israel. And They serve in the IDF, they're loyal to the country, they usually serve in high-ranked positions, and they are amazing people, and they consider themselves Israeli, and they contribute to society, and they also run all kinds of amazing programs in the Druze villages. And as we come towards the end of this quick visit to the MAKOM communities in northern Israel, you see here a few more pictures of really creating what I'd say the main purpose of our MAKOM communities, other than taking care of the needs of others, but really creating a community life that everybody can enjoy. It's not just for them. It's really creating opportunities for everyone in these different cities to be part of a live, exciting, vibrant community. And this is how we really make these cities grow. And you all are on your Jewish National Fund virtual tour, and really learning about the different work and the impact that Jewish National Fund has in Israel. And as affiliates of Jewish National Fund, we are what we call the people that make all that happen. Because if Jewish National Fund invests in new medical centers and schools and neighborhoods and beautiful parks, we bring the people, the quality people who want to come and turn these places into vibrant places and attractive places with quality education and quality employment opportunities, and really making these places become alive. I just want to quickly share with you what has been going on, especially in the beginning, during the first, I'd say 2.5 months of COVID-19, when all of Israel was under lockdown. You see here some pictures. These are from our different MAKOM communities, really organizing, making sure that people have the food, the groceries, medications that they need, and making sure, whether in their building, on their street, in their neighborhood, making sure that no one is left behind, and that everyone that has a need, their needs will be taken care of. And I think this is the beautiful side that you can really see. It's not only building a country or community building, as we'd say today. It's really expanding that so much further. It's recognizing the needs in society and making sure that they are taken care of. And all of these communities come under this MAKOM network. And I take so much pride in speaking about what we do at MAKOM, not only as people that are busy doing and really caring for others, but doing for the greater good. You know, there's nothing better than that. But when you think about people that have different religious views and political views and a different lifestyle, putting those differences aside and understanding that we as human beings need to take care for each other and need to make sure that everyone has what they need on a human level. In my opinion, that's what makes it so much more beautiful. So just on a last note, I want to share with you that the latest initiative that we are doing is we are connecting MAKOM communities to Jewish communities across the United States. Of course, Sam will have this information, so you can ask him more about it. But we really want people to connect, especially in times of need like now. Understanding that we're all going through this reality together, some more, some less, some have it more difficult, some less, but really embracing each other from different sides of the world, and understanding that we're in this together, and we really want to connect and help each other out. So there's a list here of the different MAKOM communities. There are 15 here that we're starting out with, different types of communities that Jewish communities across the United States can decide that they want to connect with and create an ongoing relationship, sort of like pen pals, or through Zoom calls, or all kinds of initiatives from two sides of the world. And this is a great opportunity to connect to Israel through its people. I want to thank you all for listening, and I want to tell you how exciting it is for me each and every time to talk about MAKOM and talk about the people and talk about the amazing work that we are doing. And I want to invite you when the day comes and it's possible to come and visit us and meet the people. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to ask Sam, or you can email me directly at makom@jnf.org, or you can also look us up on Facebook, MAKOM Communities. We like to share all kinds of great, amazing things that are being done all over Israel through our communities. And thank you, and enjoy the rest of your trip.